They are rage, brutal, without mercy. But you will be worse. Rip and tear until it is done.
Now has the ultimate holiday offer. Get Tetris World.
Now, in recent hype for the new Doom game, Doom the Dark Age is coming out soon. I went back and finally finished Doom 2016. Now you may be thinking, if you've been playing Doom Eternal so much, how come you never finished 2016? And if you're wondering that, shut up. Admittedly, Doom Eternal was my introduction into the franchise as a whole, and holy shit, what a sensational start to easily one of my favourite franchises. That being said though, I believe that the reason I took so long in even attempting to finish Doom 2016 was because my brain had already been hit with the golden bullet of quality that Doom Eternal shot me with so many times. This isn't to say that Doom 2016 isn't a great game, because I think it is, but I found early on through my playthrough that many of the issues I had with Doom 2016 were ultimately fixed in the latter installment of the series, which kinda made Doom 2016 harder to approach. Although both games play differently, there were many gameplay mechanics that I felt did cross over between the two that I thought Eternal did do better. But that also goes for Eternal having elements that I enjoyed more from 2016 that I actually wished carried over to Eternal. Now before we start this discussion, I would like to welcome you to this new series I like to call Cons, Pros and Remarks, or CPR for short. So without further ado, welcome to the first episode of CPR.
That was so stupid I mouthed the words.
It kinda goes without saying just how creative and elaborate the redesigns of the demons and weaponry are in both Doom 2016 and Eternal, and it's easily one of the best parts of both games. 2016 thrives on its grittier representation of its characters, with the demons being more realistic, I guess, whilst Eternal focuses more on representing the demons as they were 30 years ago, while leaning a little more into a cartoony sort of vibe. This leads to 2016 feeling as though it's continuing on from Doom 3 in the horror elements, as well as combining gameplay aspects from the original two games. For a game that is relatively old by today's modern gaming standards, such as, the quadruple A game titles that Ubisoft has been effortlessly pumping out, Doom 2016's graphics still hold up, and at times even rival its 2020 counterpart. The glory kill animations in Doom 2016 were very creative, and became a feature that never got old or never felt like a gimmick. They reflected this new change of form for the Doom franchise by creating very flashy and violent displays of Doom Guy ripping and tearing with his hands, whereas Eternal's animations feel like they are missing something due to the inclusion of the strictly cosmetic arm blade doing most of the damage within the animation. Whilst a cool addition to the armor, I still felt like it hindered the potential for more creatively gory ways in which Doom Guy would kill his enemies. In terms of game design, Doom 2016 does an amazing job serving as the, I would say, prototype to a lot of Eternal's key features that allows Doom Eternal to absolutely run away with its amazing improvements, such as the unique weapon customizations and even introductions to new weapons that feel even better to use in the sequel. The slower approach to the game also led to me using many of the weapons that I wouldn't normally use in Doom Eternal, given the addition of the quick switch mechanic that pretty much makes comboing more effective than straight up using the weapons individually. But that being said, many of the weapon modifications in Doom 2016, albeit a clever mechanic that allows for more assault options, felt useless in comparison to its counterpart. It felt more like a proof of concept to what ultimately became the final installments within Doom Eternal, such as the rapid fire mod for the combat shotgun being bursts in 2016, and soon a fully automatic in Doom Eternal. Which kinda leads to both games suffering from the same problem of underutilizing many of Doom Guy's arsenal. Its introduction of an arena style of combat creates an amazing framework for what became a seamless formula within Doom Eternal's core gameplay. However, the fact that in 2016 many of the arena segments had to be manually initiated was something that I didn't really like. it wasn't necessary to include this, since there are already demons at the start of the arena before you even start it. Kind of begs the question as to why can't the arena just start anyway and be properly embedded into the level itself, rather than an asset they felt like they had to use. And at times, I felt like the number of demons that they chose to be in these arenas led to them not feeling very threatening. It kind of got to a point where they felt short and repetitive, with the saving grace being what demons appear on what kind of arena itself. The movement within 2016 was also improved upon in Doom Eternal, with the addition of the dash feature and even a grapple hook for the super shotgun. Funnily enough, there were a lot more traversal options within Doom 2016. Granted, at times proved to be kind of pointless, they were still a fun feature of the game, being able to climb onto various parts of the map just for the sake of it, since Eternal's linear movement and platforming proved to have fewer free options of dodging and evading, with new platforming features feeling a little gimmicky at times. More gimmicky at times. The double jump, however, in 2016 didn't feel very polished, which sometimes led to seemingly easy jumps getting missed or misjudged because of a lack of momentum. This, of course, could definitely be a fault on my part. Let's be real here. Although I played Doom 2016 on Ultra Violence difficulty, which is the difficulty under Nightmare for my first playthrough, I still felt that it was remarkably easier than Eternal, to a point where most of my deaths were self-inflicted as opposed to getting bested by the enemies themselves. I felt it was due to the generous abundance of ammo pickups, which definitely turned the odds in my favour due to the higher supply of chainsaw fuel you get, and even the ammo pickups around the map. Despite it making gunfights more manageable, I still felt it was just too generous, and the little upgrade that makes it so enemies might drop BFG ammo made it way too tempting to just shoot it up in the air and kill everything without trying. Given that the gameplay was focused more on exploration, it was good to see that the secrets felt more secret, with you actually having to go out of your way in order to find them. This was kind of annoying when I wanted to upgrade my guy, since many of the upgrades were also secrets, despite being essential to the progression of the game. The size of the maps in 2016 felt more like a Halo installment over the fast pace and small space nature of Doom Eternal, which made 2016 feel more accessible and ended up leading well into what soon became the fast sequel we know today. But the level design for both games can sometimes feel like two extremes of the same coin. Doesn't need to make sense right now, but I'll explain. 2016's level design was large and sprawling, and as previously mentioned, focused on exploration first, which kinda sucked the momentum out of the game, with the map not being as user-friendly to finding upgrades as it should be. And at times, it felt as though I was going the wrong way, even with the convenient green lights that are there to direct you. The problem came from wanting to explore as much as possible and not wanting to accidentally progress forward, or wanting to progress forward and accidentally going in a circle. The overall speed of the game as well didn't help with wanting to go and find things or backtrack. Doom Eternal virtually has the reverse issue. The level design is almost too linear, where the sense of freedom is missing from trying to look for secrets and overall exploration, given the size of areas in general and the new fluid movement mechanics. Now I know Doom Eternal focuses more on the fighting and movement mechanics of the game. However, I still feel like it was underutilizing some of the platforming features that would have been great to sneak in a level in order to find a secret. And having replayed it so recurring many times, I would have liked to discover and explore more on different playthroughs. But at least the little figurines and, dumb fish were pretty cool to find. Overall, Doom 2016 is a great game, on its own, and an excellent reboot of a legendary game franchise. I think that its introduction to new gameplay mechanics, despite feeling like a proof of concept at times, allowed Doom Eternal to refine what was great about 2016 and add its own flavour to the reboots, allowing both games to coexist. You gotta crack a few omelets before you can run, or some shit like that. But playing both of these Doom games just makes me even more excited to see what they could possibly add, reshape, or improve upon in Doom the Dark Ages, or hell, completely change. I'm pretty open to many of its new changes, and it feels like a departure from Doom Eternal's core gameplay, and even 2016 to some degree. Especially now that the glory kill system has been altered heavily. Already, it's looking fucking awesome. Anyway, Thank you for watching the first episode of CPR. Hopefully this was a more balanced approach to reviewing and commentary instead of just praising the game for 11 minutes and 14 seconds whilst throwing shade at people who reviewed the game negatively, and allowed for more of a productive exploration of my thoughts and led to hopefully a more engaging video. I plan to do more of these kind of videos, not just about games but about movies as well, and other things that might interest me, maybe. Tell me what you think of this in the comments, if you agree, disagree, are excited about the next game, what you think, what you hate about it, anything, just, let's be realistic. And I'll see you next time. Take care. If you stay any longer, dire consequences will befall you.